Meeting of the Lake County Board of Commissioners, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dear God, please bless our meeting today. May our discussions be fruitful, our decisions wise, and our communication strong. Amen.
Amen.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Here.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Present.
Commissioner Regovich.
Here. This brings us to our first public portion. Anyone wishing to address the board on agenda items only, please raise your hand. You'll have 3 minutes after stating your name and address for the record. The first public portion is open. Anybody? Ms. Lynch.
Becky Lynch, Lake County Recorder. I'm here just to say thank you, commissioners, because I'd like everyone to know that they appreciate all of the inroads we've made in the recorder office by surprising me last week with a plaque in the Land Records Center. So Jason was kind enough, and Summer, she's not here right now, but Summer came down to unveil the beautiful plaque that's in the Recorder Land Records Center. So thank you very much. I much appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That's all I have.
Anybody else? Madam Clerk, please proceed with resolutions.
There's some minutes.
Oh, meeting minutes. He's on.
He's dialed in, man.
Can I,
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting of February 27th, 2025.
approving the waiving the reading of the same?
That too.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes. Now, we'll do it.
In the Utilities Department, resolution authorizing execution of an agreement with Civil and Environmental Consultants Incorporated for the Green Street Waterline Replacement Project number 488W 2025, a joint project with Perry Village and the Lake County Department of Utilities.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution awarding a bid contract to Johnson's Landscaping Incorporated for lawn care and maintenance for the Lake County Department of Utilities.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution increasing appropriations and transferring cash within Lake County Department of Utilities Sewer Fund and Project Fund 596, 5th Street Sanitary Sewer Rehabilitation 487S 2025, a joint project with the Village of Fairport Harbor.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution increasing appropriations and transferring cash within Lake County Department of Utilities Sewer Fund and Project Fund 596, Lake Road Force Main Relocation Project 484S 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
In Job and Family Services Department, resolution approving Lake County Department of Job and Family Services vouchers, date of warrant March 21st, 2025, in the amount of $628,706.42.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution appointing individuals to the Lake County Workforce Development Board expiring March 14th, 2028.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
In the Commissioner's Office, resolution creating a Transportation Improvement District in Lake County, Ohio, and constituting and appointing the Transportation Improvement District Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Second.
And for discussion, I'd like to bring up Patrick Mahorsek with the LDA.
Good morning, Commissioners. I just want to give you a quick overview of what a transportation improvement district is and what you're creating. It's very similar to the Lake County Energy Improvement District and the Shoreline Special Improvement District. This allows Lake County communities to apply for additional road funding that have an economic development purpose behind it. So it's out of the ODOT Office of Jobs and Commerce. Each year we could apply up to $500,000 in funding. This can be used for preliminary engineering, detailed design, right-of-way, or construction of transportation improvements on all public roadways. So just an additional tool in our toolbox to provide to communities for economic development projects and additional money to our cities, villages, and townships. Thank you.
I know how important the SID was for the shoreline development or shoreline development and stuff, so hopefully this will have the same impact.
Yeah, and just like in those, LDA will be managing the back office and things like that too. So, thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution approving final application number 5, release of retainage in the amount of $18,822.20 with Garland DBS Incorporated for the NeoCap Roof Improvement Project.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing advertising for bids for the Lake County Probate Court Garage for the Lake County Board of Commissioners, bid opening April 9th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
In the Finance Department, resolution approving payment of bills as listed on the Commissioner's Approval Journal in the amount of $5,184,461.20.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution approving purchase orders as listed on the Commissioner's Purchase Order Approval Journal in the amount of $2,160,795.79.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution increasing appropriations to various non-general fund accounts.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Resolution transferring appropriations within various general fund accounts.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Beveridge.
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes. This brings us to departmental reports, utilities.
Thank you, Commissioner. We had a bid opening yesterday for a small or short water line in the city of Willoughby, and we ended up getting 5 bidders, which is good. We've gone anywhere from 1 or 2 bidders recently compared to 10 or 15, 7 or 8 years ago. So 5 is pretty good. The low bid came in significantly below the engineer's estimate. We're very pleased with. Looking at the numbers, it's something that we may have expected cost per foot maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So we're maybe getting back in line with that a little bit. So that's good news, at least for this project, getting done under what we had budgeted for the year, and maybe do an extra project later on this year. So
Get those wheels clean.
That's right. We'll do work on that also.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Job and Family Services.
No report today.
Thank you. County Administrator.
Yes, Commissioners, good morning. I know last week we passed the general fund budget, and I think in my remarks we noted that we closed that chapter, but we begin to actively manage that, and part of the process is our capital projects. And just a brief update, every quarter or so, myself, Joel, Zach, Mark Eiffelis, Paul Stefanka, we meet on every capital need that we have in our portfolio of structures, be that roofs, HVAC, carpet, whatever. So we had a 2-hour meeting this week looking at what we're going to do in 2025 as far as the preventative maintenance, and we really started to hone in on need to versus nice to, right? Like, what do we need to do to keep our facilities up, sustainable, effective to the residents and employees? Obviously, we have a significant debt service payment looking at us in the future, so I want to thank Mark and Paul for putting that list together, and the 3 of us collectively will begin to manage that process for you guys. We have a target number what we want to spend and what we feel conservative in our permanent improvement budget. And that still leaves us with a healthy balance at the end of 2025 to address any of those unexpected needs that may come up that are need tos versus the nice to. So just an example of us working the budget after we adopt the budget. I wanted to share that. Secondly, we had a couple commissioners were able to join. We have future site visits. We got to walk the jail footprint yesterday. It is a heck of a lot bigger than it looks when you stand on one corner and look at the other corner. We had Gil Bain and their whole entire management team, the sheriff's staff. It's pretty impressive of the process by which they are doing, how efficient and the method by which they are constructing the project. For example, the gravel that I thought was just a haul road that they were putting in as we were standing there will be used as the base of the main access drives to the facility. So rocks that we see going in today will be there in perpetuity and will be the base for future pavement opportunities. A little bit idle today and tomorrow because they're a bit ahead of schedule as far as the 500 and some aggregate piers that have been completed. And next week we will see concrete work beginning. So the quote unquote, the foundation will begin. I asked one of the Gil Bain employees yesterday, and we were kibitzing on the side, what does October 1st look like this year? He said, you will have a steel structure out of the ground, maybe masonry started. So we're really gonna see this thing come to life over the next 4 to 5 months. And as I've noted a few times, as we come out of the ground, and next week, the next 2 weeks will be critical, we'll begin to eliminate some of the uncertainties as far as the geotechnical concerns, if any. Knock on wood. We have a fairly significant budget for soil stabilization and that sort of thing. I think we've used, maybe $9,000, which is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot. So as we get these foundations going, if we can limit our water issues, if any, that'll be a huge win for the overall project budget. So I'll keep everyone posted. We continue to meet every Wednesday. We have now shifted our meeting to Gil Bain's site office, which is behind over in the Bistro 70 facility. So we'll begin meeting there as opposed to here, just because we're having more and more tradespeople, Gil Bain employees on site, and kind of free up this room. So all's well there. Sheriff, anything else I've missed? Good, all right. And the last thing that happened yesterday, or part of our discussion, was that this, just to keep an eye on, is the conversation regarding tariffs, notably on aluminum for this particular project. I don't know how this may or may not affect utilities or engineering down the road. Hopefully that stabilizes itself over the long term. We think we're okay because we pre-ordered steel. That was one of our long lead items. I think we ordered the steel 2 or 3 months ago, which is in a yard laid down already. But that's just our project manager's giving us a heads up. They don't have a great answer right now, but they are getting it from their suppliers and subs that they're keeping an eye on tariffs as well. So that concludes my report.
Thank you. I had a good discussion yesterday with Mr. Katz about, well, now that we're coming out of the ground, that there can be less surprises. All the contingencies were put in place were probably going to be pretty good there. So it's just these kind of things, that tariffs that may sideline a few things.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention we had another meeting yesterday in between site walk with the city of Paynesville. It's an offline project, if you will, but the new jail facility would be tight to the right-of-way on Erie Street. And if you take the next time you're out there, take a look at the overhead power lines. There's a lot of stuff up there. So we're going to do a collaborative agreement with the city of Paynesville. It'll be in front of you hopefully in the next few weeks to hire an electrical engineering firm to give us a call. And we've talked about this over the planning process, to bury those lines from corner to corner. So from the old Burger King to where the Wingstop is going. If that is cost prohibitive on that side of the street, the new jail, juvenile court side of the street, I think we may look at the option of just moving everything across the street. I mean, because we're spending a significant amount of money on the public safety center, the sheriff's office, excuse me. And if we have within budget the ability to bury those lines, then I think we should do it. And I'll be able to provide you guys some guidance, budget, etc. Hopefully over the next couple months, because this is a tail end of the project initiative. But we're starting the planning for that now. So, thanks.
Depending how tall the sheriff's statue is, if we don't want to end up blocking it.
Well, I'm waiting on FAA clearance for that. So I'm working with the airport on that.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
The next commissioners' meeting is scheduled for Thursday, March 20th at 10 a.m. And also there is a workshop today at 10:30.
Thank you. Legal, you worked hard today. Thank you. So as the clerk said, we do have a workshop that starts at 10:30, about 15 minutes. Is there any old business? Any new business? I would just like to say I went to State of the City for the Western Lake County yesterday, and today was Painesville. Had a lot of good things still going on. Painesville has a lot of, as you can see, Wingstop opening. Crowley's is coming, which is probably where they're going to have the construction meetings moving forward. And then it's good for downtown Painesville. There's, I think, the restaurant in the tower is going to open. I think it would be good for our employees and stuff to have options. And it's really coming to life, and it's good to see. So it's good things. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. President, before we adjourn, I just want to say happy St. Patrick's Day. Second.
Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Beveridge,
Aye.
Commissioner Plechnik,
Yes.
Commissioner Regovich,
Aye.